Oh man, am I glad to see you. Talking about the coffee. I'm pretty excited to see you guys too. Heidi ho. Look at all that creamer down there. It's not stirred up efficiently. Hold on. I love my deli, guys. I feel super lucky because I've got 2 delis that I go to and I am homies with everybody in there at both locations. Oh my God. Dude, no way. So in case you haven't noticed, I'm looking a little rough. It's been a rough few weeks. Anyways, so we had a conversation the last time that I made a YouTube video, and people on my Instagram wanted to see some more point of view street photography, which originally I was opposed to because I was like, no, that's not gonna happen. And then I fed in and I was like, well, it might be a really cool way for me to show my process and talk about what I see when I'm out shooting, and then you guys can kind of get a visual representation of that. So I caved, and I got a little attachment to put on the top of my camera to go out and shoot. Herein lies the problem though, is that since it can't go on here, there's no possible way for this to happen on here just because this switches. So there's no way for me to do it on my film camera right now, unfortunately. So that means that either Insta360 or GoPro is gonna have to work with me, which we can make that happen. No problem. I know that they're super busy, and honestly, you know, we've just been on a little bit different types of schedules lately, but don't you worry about it. We'll work something out, because I do want to be able to bring you guys along when I'm predominantly shooting film. Which brings me to my next topic. I made some new friends last month, and my new friends are an amazing company that has been around for quite a while. They were originally Olympus, but in 2021, they sold off to OM Systems. So I reached out to them a month ago in hopes of working with them in some capacity, and I was not disappointed. The team over at OM Systems were incredibly kind. I'm not just saying this again. I don't just talk about things for a buck because I also wasn't paid for this. This was just genuinely my honest review and kind of a partnership between the amazing team over at OM Systems and myself. So I was lucky enough to try out for a whole month, mind you, a whole month, their new OM-3. This thing is a lot of fun to shoot on. I'm going to take you guys through all the specs right now. The Olympus OM-3 redefines what creative freedom looks like. It's built to push boundaries and explore what's possible, unleashing your creativity wherever inspiration takes you. It's equipped with a 20.4 megapixel resolution, a creative dial, and IP53 weather sealing to help it withstand all conditions. It shoots at 4K at 60 frames per second. It comes with built-in adjustable color and monochrome profiles, as well as a color creator and more. So they replied back to me and said that they would be thrilled to send me the OM-3 for a month. Again, that's crazy, which thank you guys. I know that you guys will probably watch this, so I'm super, super appreciative to the whole team. Being able to test this thing out for a whole entire month really let me play with my own creativity, and it really allowed me to get to know the camera in a much more specific way to my own shooting styles. So this video is some POV footage throughout the month of me shooting with the OM system OM-3. So I guess without further ado, let's hit the streets. Is the Olympus OM-3.
It is, yeah. So it's because some people do get pissed, but some people like don't care that much. But some people are into it too.
And some people
That's
are
the fun
into
part.
it. Yeah, that's the best part when people are like, "Oh, what are you doing?"
Yeah, exactly.
Closer for us.
So right now we're just kind of walking through Chinatown and Canal Street. I just came from Orchid Street. It ended up being a really beautiful day out. Wasn't really expecting that with the rain from this morning. So let's see what we can do. This is about to be the fun part right in here. I'm kind of walking too fast. Recently I've been doing a lot more slow walking. I just find that the slower I am, the more I feel I'm perceptive to the world around me. If I can just take my time, I mean, I'm in no rush, so why should I be speed walking anyways? I'm kind of expecting Soho to be pretty slow today. I will say that the light is very nice today. In all, I just kind of feel like there's not really a lot going on in Soho today. Everybody just kind of looks the same here. Everybody's dressed in athleisure or like the same copy and paste outfits. That's just not very inspiring. Could really go for some coffee though. It's getting to be about that time. We had our coffee. Now it's just time for a little walk around Washington Square Park or hopping on the 1 train. Not really a lot standing out to me today. Doing okay?
Good.
Hope you have a good one.
How about you?
It's going good. Just been working a lot. How about you? Doing okay?
Yeah, I'm doing good.
Yeah, you look good.
Gotta take care of myself this year.
Yeah. I'll see you. Times Square. Let's see what we can do today. Now I feel like I'm actually in the zone. Like I said in my last video, I've really been enjoying coming up to Times Square more often now. I don't know, I kind of didn't like it before, but it's definitely growing on me. There's some good light over here too. Even Times Square is empty today. It's just a lot of people on their phones today. I feel like everybody and their mom is walking around like they have no idea where they're going. They're so attached to their phone. Nobody's actually like participating in society or anything like that. It's very strange. I mean, it's not very strange. It's kind of like all the times. Everybody's so focused on the screen in front of them. Nobody's even looking at all of these screens above them. I'm over it. Let's head down to 6th Ave. All right, time to slow down and be
as perceptive as possible. It is just one of those slow days here in the city, but I'm still determined. Sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes on these days, you stay out long enough, something will be something good will present itself to you. With 5th and 6th Ave, obviously we're looking for some sort of like good scene to happen here, but this is also a place where you really, since there's so much going on, have to be paying attention to the expressions and the emotions and the gestures that people are having. Here more than anywhere in New York City, it's very important to notice the small things that people are doing.
I would like
So 6th Ave is always great, always a lot of different scenes going on. 5th Ave is where things are always happening. So that's what we're headed right now. It's always super interesting to me how 5th and 6th Avenue can be so insanely busy, but if you go on just about any other cross street besides where the Diamond District is, it's incredibly quiet. There's hardly anything ever going on these cross streets. Okay, coming up on 5th Avenue, always super busy. This is pretty crazy. And completely dead to the world. No idea what's going on. So for these kind of conditions, I'm sitting at 1/640th of a second at f8. Still want everything nice and focused, but since it's a little bit cloudier, not as much sun going out right now, it's important that I still get some light into the lens. I do have a cap on my ISO right now at 3000, just because I don't want everything to be too grainy. I love good grain, but not when it's absolutely everything. And again, this is one of those areas where if you take it nice and slow, things will reveal themselves to you in a much more... Sorry, I get distracted pretty easily. I will say that this Olympus is pretty capable. And that, my friends, is exactly what I mean. Sometimes when you just stay out, even if you're tired, even if there isn't really much going on, things present themselves to you in such marvelous ways. Noticing that kind of standing, or I'm kind of walking fast just naturally right now. I have to make the decision, the conscious choice to slow down. Now, this is the corner that I was talking about in my last video. This is 57th and 5th. This is a great corner to just kind of sit here and fish for a little bit. Look at this. Everybody on their phones, taking photographs. And then we have Satan's Tower. Excuse me. Do you mind if I photograph the sign in front of here? Please. What's your name?
Jason.
Thomas. Nice to meet you, Jason. Thomas. Nice to meet you.
I'm David.
Nice to meet you, David.
Yeah.
Where are you from?
I'm from Florida. Well, Indiana, Ohio, but I came up in Florida.
Sure, that's where my family is now. They're in
Florida?
Orlando. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
I was just south of there.
Oh, okay, beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate you. That's perfect. Let's go right here too. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
I appreciate you. Thank you, guys.
Yep, thank you.
Have a good one. 3, 2, 1. Linda, you're beautiful.
Thank you, sweetheart.
Thank you. Of course. Have a good one. Mwah. Oh, what a good moment that was. See, you see how fast I'm walking right now? I need to slow it down considerably. I think I'm just a little anxious today. Sometimes my favorite moments are when people notice you, but you know, I'm not necessarily taking a photograph of them. They just see me and they get that weird look about them as if I've stolen something from them. It's like that small moment of recognition that I'm doing something a bit scandalous, a bit rebellious, if you will. Crowded corridor, always a good moment to look out for. You never know what you're gonna get. Like that moment right there. I don't know if I got it on video, but little girl stuck her tongue out right at the very... I always feel bad because I'm usually very conscious about the people around me because I've seen, you know, like some discourse over online spaces about how photographers are never truly aware of their own body and their own surroundings. And yeah, that pisses me off. I hate not, it's kind of a good moment. I will say having this phone mount is not very covert. It's pretty easy to spot now. I was gonna head back down 5th Avenue again, but it's already 4:30. Wednesdays are my days that I usually get out a little bit later because I have a client at 1 o'clock. Just don't really have the time because I'd like to be back at a reasonable hour today. So what we're gonna do is go hang out at Bryant Park for a little bit. Sometimes we get lucky and there's some things happening on like near 45th. Sometimes not so lucky. And this is why I typically end my days at Bryant Park. The sun is beaming right here. And it always is, every afternoon. There's a lot of really reflective buildings over here too. The light is just beautiful. Got another photographer right here doing his thing. I don't want to poach his spot, so I'm gonna head on over across the street. This is typically where I'll hang out for some time. Always got to make room for the fruit ladies if they're around here. And kind of just hang out at this corner for a little bit. And I think that that's a wrap for the day, ladies and gentlemen. Feeling tired, a little bit hungry. I think it's about time we call it a wrap. Let's see.
Yeah.
Y'all look so cool.
You too, bro.
Have a good one, guys. Actually, yeah. What's your name?
My name's Ali.
Ali Thomas. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, it's fine. Radio.
Nice reminds me of like the I don't want to say like the Victorian era.
It's like old
you know,
money,
but
like
it's
50s, 60s.
Yeah, that's what I go
like
for.
early 20s,
Y'all look so cool. Where y'all from?
from Atlanta.
Atlanta? Okay,
We're
where?
from Sudan.
I went down to Savannah, Georgia for 4 years to shoot down there. Yeah, I've been to Atlanta. You mind if I snap you guys?
No, go ahead, bro. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do here first, and then we'll do over there.
Okay, 5-minute walk.
Perfect. Get in there. Your turn. All right, let's do one of both of you over here. I appreciate you guys stopping.
So you're working on the book?
Yeah, so my first book came out in 2021.
Congrats, bro.
Yeah, that was super fun. I spent 4 years down in Savannah.
Well, that's crazy. Because I'm actually like,
Let's go right
I
here.
write so much that like people tell me to write books.
Yeah,
Like,
you
I should
should.
be an author, you know. So like that's honestly like a goal of mine is to. So hopefully one day write a book, you know.
I think you should. We need more writers.
I also like to write and produce, but aside from that, like I mainly like model style and design. You know?
Yeah, yeah.
But the writing, producing, like films, and
I
shit,
love
like,
it.
that's always been like second nature of mine. You know?
Sure.
Like, I just naturally always
Artistic.
get skilled with cameras. You know?
Yeah.
So,
All right, let's do both of you together right here. And then let's go back to back, and then both of you looking at me. Perfect. Let me get you guys this gram. Name?
Johnny.
Thomas.
What up, Thomas?
What's up, Johnny?
How are you? What's the Insta?
The photo will probably be at Jared Tapey,
Okay.
but my personal is at Thomas Tapey.
Yeah, really quick. Wow.
I got it.
What are you doing?
I'm a photojournalist.
So just go around shooting?
Yeah, I teach. Have a good one.
You too. I appreciate it.
I appreciate you. Not at all. Never that. You're good.
So that second day was kind of like a good representation of how I interact with the public whenever I'm out shooting. I think that a lot of newer photographers, this is probably the scariest part for them. I have to take this hat off. This is probably the scariest part for them just because it's a lot. It's hard to think about having confrontations or talking to people. It takes a certain level of authenticity and to be a little bit more extroverted when interacting with the general public. But as you saw in this video, 9 times out of 10, most people are super interested in what you're doing, or they don't care at all. I mean, you saw that earlier in one of my other clips, that guy on his laptop on 5th Avenue, just like hanging out, dead to the world, not even noticing anything going on around him. That's literally about 90% of the people that you see, that you interact with on the street. They don't care, and they don't even notice you half the time. I think that maybe my approach is maybe a little bit different than some of the other photographers that I know, just because I don't really believe that the photographer can be invisible. People always know that you're there. It's more so about how you carry yourself and the presence that you carry yourself with. And one of my favorite people to quote on this is Joel Meyerowitz. He talks about this in his Masters of Photography series that I'm going to be doing another video on soon. But he talks about the fear of confrontation, and if you just go out into the world with this positive attitude and this admiration for other people, and you walk around with a smile on your face, and if somebody catches you, you pay them a compliment. I could minister that within my own vibe, I guess. I never want to come across as I'm stealing something from somebody. So paying compliments goes a big way. just in general, being able to talk to anybody is a great quality that I think that every documentary or street photographer should have. And it comes from a sense of understanding and empathy. And I feel as if a lot of people that are in my DMs or messaging me seem to be coming at street photography from a place of understanding. They already have that basic principle of ethics that I feel as if not a lot of other photographers have here in the city. There are a lot of thieves, metaphorically speaking, that live in this city as street photographers, and they just take from people. And as an artist and as a documentary photographer, you should make the effort to give back something to the people that you interact with. And I'm not saying you need to sit there and talk to every single person that you photograph, because obviously you see that I don't do that. But in the occasions where it happens, be kind, be nice, and pay people a compliment. Tell people why you photographed them. I didn't get it on film, but in the first day, I had just shot those two gentlemen by Trump Tower with the signs, and I was walking away, and the woman in the next clip, her name is Linda, and she was getting into the cab, and I wasn't quick enough, and I tried to scurry over there and photograph her getting in, and I missed it. I just couldn't get over there fast enough. And I'm walking down the street, and the taxi driver stopped the car next to me and was like, "Why did you take a photograph of her?" And I went, "Oh, I just thought that she looked really cool. I thought that something about her, I didn't really know. It was just like she had this amazing look to her, and she had this smile on her face when she was getting into the car, and I could hear her voice, and I was like, that's such a good moment. She was so kind to that man." And then she rolls down the window and she goes, "I don't think you understand. That just made my day." And I was like, "Well, what's your name?" And I asked her name, and I introduced myself. I said, "Hello, my name is Thomas." And she said, "Hi, my name is Linda." And I was like, "Would you mind if I photograph you? I think that you look great today." And we had a 3-minute small little interaction in all. I photographed her, and she told me at the end that made her day. It's really that easy, just being kind. And even if maybe the photograph isn't that good, I'm going to remember that as an artist, that feeling, and learn from it, and be able to grow and develop myself as a human being to be more perceptive to the people around me and the kindness that's around me. So I guess what I'm really trying to say is that you shouldn't have that fear. And now that I'm thinking about it, a good way to exclude that fear was working with the OM-3. And I know that sounds very much like I'm trying to loop back to an ad, which I want to remind you, I'm not getting paid for this at all. I just genuinely do think that if you have that fear of confrontation, this camera is very quiet, and it's very much like a non-invasive camera, which I have a new podcast episode talking exactly about this coming out this week, about point and shoots, and how if I lug around I don't shoot with my D850 that much, my Nikon, unless I'm doing documentary work for like coverage, because then it's a necessity. But without shooting and everything like that, doing Souls in an Urban Landscape, it's so big. I mean, it's got a flash on it right now because I was doing coverage for the No Kings protest, but I don't usually have this on here. But just in general, this thing is massive. The lens is big because it's a Sigma lens. It's a chunky. The body's big and chunky. It's not very discreet. The shutter's very loud. That type of camera people become aware of, and they put up a guard, and they can feel its presence. With something like the OM-3, it was literally just like I could fit it in my hand. It was quiet. People didn't notice, and if they did notice, they didn't feel so freaked out about it, like I was peering into their soul. I was just kind of tired of sitting, so I wanted to stand for this last portion. This is going to be it for this video. I'll leave a link to the OM-3 in the description so that you guys can check it out yourself. I do highly recommend it. I want to thank the team over at OM Systems for lending me this camera for a month. I had a lot of fun shooting it, and if you ever need somebody to test out any of your products again, you know who to call. I also just really want to say thank you very briefly to the OM Systems team one more time for taking a chance and working with a photographer that doesn't really do the typical kind of work that a lot of these camera companies work with. I don't know if you guys have noticed before, but a lot of camera companies work with a lot of like fashion artists and landscape artists and portrait artists and astral photographers and everything like that. And I feel like a lot of the times I don't really see representation for photojournalism or for like street photography. I want to say thank you for giving me the chance to work with you guys and produce something, some images that will definitely be included in my book, Souls in an Urban Landscape, in, I don't know, 2 years. Thank you for giving me the chance to work with you and for, you know, being able to make something using your camera that will, in the long run, help my project. Yeah, it was really nice. Again, everything will be down in the description below. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you guys like the POV style stuff. I'll try and find an attachment that I can use so that you guys can see maybe some POV for my film photography stuff. I know that I got a little bit there at the start, but that was just because it was attached to the OM-3. Yeah, let me know if you guys like this. I know that you guys wanted this, but I just need the confirmation. Don't forget to check out my podcast, The Creative Connection, which is also connected to my Substack, The Creative Connection, where I write articles about photography, art, philosophy, and create lesson plans for you so that you can grow as an artist and as a photographer. If the visual reading style is not really your format, that's why I created the podcast, so that you can listen to these lessons as well. And then in the future, I want to try and be more active on here so that I can bring you guys an even more visual representation so that you can have all three. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for this amazing community. We just hit 21,000 followers on Instagram, which is so huge. It's so insane that a month and a half ago I had 3,000 and now I have 21,000, and I'm able to reach a broader audience and talk about the things that I'm super passionate about. I'm so grateful. Every day I wake up and I'm just like in awe of the fact that I get to do this. So I just hope that I can be of service to you guys and that I make you guys proud. Yeah, so get out there, get shooting, keep moving forward, and I'll catch you on the next one.